Thomas Carlyle is a Scottish essayist and historian. He was a brilliant man, and he poured his life into his life's work. He had a secretary by the name of Jane Welsh, and they worked together for a few years. They fell in love, and as a result, they got married. Well, Thomas continued to work really hard and began to neglect the relationship that he had with his wife, so much so that he didn't even recognize that her health was failing. In fact, she went to the doctor on her own to find out what in the world was going on, and she was later diagnosed with cancer. Cancer got so bad that she was bedridden. Now, you would think at this point in time that Thomas would get his priorities straightened out and he would be by her side and be there to help her, protect her, talk to her, but he was too busy. His legacy was his work. He didn't have time for her. He was told by messenger that she had passed away. He was devastated. The day of the funeral, it stormed outside. He and his friends carried her casket to the graveside where her body would be laid to rest. And then Thomas and his friends went back to the house. Thomas went upstairs. He said the house was now cold. It was empty. The life was gone. And he walked down the hallway to the bedroom that he had ignored so many times before, Jane's bedroom, and sat down in the chair that he never had time for and looked at that empty bed. And there on the nightstand was her journal. So he picked it up and he began to flip through the pages. One page just kind of came out from the others because there was one sentence in big, bold letters. This is what she wrote. Yesterday, he spent an hour with me, and it was like heaven. I love him so. The shock of that moment hit him. He didn't realize how much she meant to him and how much he meant to her. He continued to flip through the journal, and he came upon this entry. I've listened all day to hear his steps in the hall, but now it's late. I guess he won't come today. He put down the book and ran out of the house. His friends didn't know where he went. They chased after him. For 2 hours, they searched for him. They found him in the cemetery in the pouring rain, mud-caked legs and arms beating the ground, begging her to forgive him. He kept screaming as they dragged him away, if only I'd have known. If only I'd have known. We need to pray every day, God, don't let me forget. Don't let me forget the precious gift of my family. Don't let me forget the precious gift of my spouse. Don't let me forget the precious gift of my kids. Oh God, please don't let me forget the precious gift that you've given me through your son, Jesus. Don't let me forget the precious gift of salvation, of forgiveness, of walking and talking and doing life together with you. Oh God, may we never forget.